Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Ray, Ruby Realty. Just wanted to put some information out there about short sales. A lot of my clients are having some questions about short sales, and I wanted to hopefully shed a little bit of light about it, what short sales are, what's the process of having a short sale, and some questions that have been coming across my desk. This is primarily for information purposes only. I recommend that you check all the information for yourself online or through your tax professional or lawyer. So first of all, what is a short sale? Well, you've been hearing about short sales a lot. A lot of us are in situations right now where our house is upside down. We owe more money on our house than what it's actually worth. And if you're in a hardship situation or in some scenarios, it doesn't necessarily have to be a hardship, but you've been relocated to a different area. You found an opportunity somewhere else in another state, and you're faced with having to either rent your house or sell your house. Uh, it might be a good scenario for you to have a short sale. Again, a short sale, just a quick example. Let's say you bought a house for $400,000 and now it's only worth $300,000, and you are through whatever reason or maybe no fault of your own have to now sell your house. Um, when you sell your house, that you owe 400, but it's only worth 300, so you have to get the bank to agree to take $300,000 for that house, and that's where we will come in, or an agent will come in and help negotiate that for you, and see if we can affect that sale for you. Some questions that I always get is, will it affect my credit? Well, a lot of times people are coming to me, if they're facing a short sale, they probably miss a couple mortgage payments already. So yes, it's already affected your credit. Um, and will continue to affect your credit until you make up those mortgage payments, or in this case, sell the house. And the way I like to look at credit, I learned this a long time ago. Credit, time heals all wounds, as they say. Uh, you might have had some bad credit in the past, and now after time you've reestablished your credit score is going up and stuff, and it's repairing itself over time. You got to keep making your payments, make all your payments, and maybe in a few years from now, or even 6-12 months from now, if you've reestablished yourself, your credit will be back to where it wants to be or where you need it to be. um, the no part, I know a lot of people who are doing short sales that are actually paying their mortgage payments on time. So they are just in a situation, they foresee that they're going to have a problem with the house. They may have lost their job, they're using their savings to pay the mortgage. Well, up to the point where they sell their house, they've been making their mortgage payments, so quite possibly, no, their credit won't be affected. The next question I always get is, what will happen if I short sell my house? Well, I mean, in effect, is what happens with the money that is left over, that $100,000 that's owed? Well, what happens is you're going to get a 1099, and this 1099 will be added to your income this year, or whatever year that you decide to sell your house short. If there's a primary residence, there's actually irs.gov. You can go there and look and search out the Consumer Debt Relief Act of 2007. That allows you to sell your house short and not have to pay the federal income taxes on that short if you were to sell between 2007 and 2009. But what happens now, we're in 2010. Well, they had what they called an Emergency Economic Stabilization Act of 2008 as a response to all the hardship that people are having right now. And they're actually saying that because a lot of people are in these situations, a lot of millions of families are in this situation, you can actually sell your house short up to 2012 and still take advantage of having not to pay the tax implications on the income that's going to result from you not being able to pay off your existing lender. Another reason I wanted to put this video out there is I know a lot of people are hurting, a lot of people are worried about what's going on. Are they going to have the job tomorrow? What's going to happen? Uh, you know, a lot of people are having this situation. It's not so much a failure as some people would think it would be, but I like to think of it always. It's a reset, it's a restart. You know, um, we're all fighting hard for our families, and sometimes you got to make tough decisions to make it work for your family. Uh, Another thing, what else happens with the short? We're gonna stay on that topic for a minute. They're gonna issue you a 1099. You may or may not have to pay taxes depending on if it's a primary residence or not. Primary residence, no. Investor, probably. Sometimes if the credit is still good and you've been making payments, they see you have good assets, they might ask you to sign a promissory note. That's another way to recoup. But in some scenarios, it still makes sense to short sell your house, even you're doing a promissory note, because uh, the recoup of your ability to pay that house off, it could be longer, than you have time or you expect to be in that house, or your opportunity might be in another state. So there's a whole bunch of reasons to short sell your house, and those are up to you. Of course, every individual is different. Can I buy a house in the future? Absolutely, you can buy a house in the future. Again, it's just a credit thing. If you're able to reestablish yourself, get yourself paid up and caught up on all your other bills, and keep that history for a good, 6, 12 months, usually about 12 months. They relook at your whole credit history. Of course, they're not going to shut the door for a lot of consumers out there who came into some serious hardship. And I'm sure in the future there might be other programs to take advantage of that, to allow that to happen. Um, why would you do the process of a short sale? Well, basically you have to find an agent. I seriously recommend an agent. I'm an agent doing this. It's a full-time endeavor. Every single day, having to do the follow-ups. A lot of times, uh, the owner or the seller can't do it. It's just too much work. It's a lot of work for trying to get this thing done. We have to show a financial hardship. We need to explain to the lender, your lender, what happened that you can't afford your house, whether it be loss of job, a medical problem, a death in the family. Most of the time, we're saying it's a loss of job, or a relocation. We're going to explain that and paint that picture to the lender so that they'll be more receptive of the short sale. They're going to ask you for a financial sheet, your bank statements, your pay stubs, your tax returns, all this stuff. They're going to ask you for a listing agreement, agent info, and the time frame. Now, this is the most important piece. Time frame wise, 3 to 6 months. Some people can get it done faster. It depends on the lender. We hear a lot of different things about different lenders. Some of the smaller lenders tend to be faster. Some of the larger lenders, of course, they're holding more paper, so they tend to be a little bit longer than the smaller ones. So the expectation is 3 to 6 months. A lot of times we're selling the same house 2 or 3 times over because the buyers maybe have an unrealistic expectation of the time frame. Even though we're doing our part, they might not be willing to or patient enough to wait for the process to happen. Sellers, the same thing. Sellers, this is not a traditional sale. It doesn't happen in 30 to 45 days. There's challenges all the time. We understand that. We try to make the process simple and smooth as possible, but there is a lot of back and forth between lender or negotiator, things like that. You need to have an authorization as a realtor. I need to be authorized to talk on your behalf to basically communicate back to the lender. We don't negotiate. We're not here to negotiate. We are not allowed to negotiate. We will submit offers and just basically follow up with them. Do you need a lawyer? Some would say yes, some would say no. The lawyer, as I understand it, may have an ability to negotiate. At the end of the day, if it was a primary residence, whether you sell it a little bit less or a little bit more, you're still going to get the same 1099. It's just all this business is about is having a strong follow-through, follow-up, and make sure that you have someone who's competent to keep following up and making sure that your short sale goes through, and that's the gist of it. I hope this information has been helpful. Again, I know it's a painful situation for a lot of you. It's just one of those things that happened. You'll find my contact information here, or you could always shoot an email to me if you have any questions. I'm open to all of you. If you have any questions, share with you my experience and what's going on with these short sales. And I'm just here to help if anyone needs it. So with that, I wish everyone a great day, and hope that you can have a good situation. Thank you.